And Biscuits has come out as the second seed in this tournament, choosing hyper random, just straight hyper random, I believe. Hyper random as their home map. And they've got a set here against JagWarrior, who is the 11th seed. And JagWarrior has Fractal as their home map. Now, just quickly looking at things. Game 1, the Magic Space Fruit Biscuit banned Georgians, and JagWarrior banned Mongols. And in Game 2, Persians was banned by MSF, and the Spanish was banned by the Jag. So I think we just crack into it and get some viewing. So here we go. Game 1 of a play or two between Mighty Space Fruit and JagWarrior in AOE Leagues Division H. So we're looking at around, I think, 1150 to 1250 ELO, and we're starting with hyper random. So there's a lot to unpack here quickly. Both players started with 3 extra villages. The Chinese player getting the pop space head start there and also having the Chinese 3 extra villages. This is kind of huge. This is like the least idle time a Chinese player could probably have. And the housing situation has kind of screwed the Jag. So Bean House not getting Loom, they've lost the advantage to the Chinese quite substantially. And a good luck, have fun from the Jag and the Space Fruit. I really like this. So early bore here from the Space Fruit, and my God, how can I not even talk about it? Their scout is a petard. Like, hello, petard early on. This is, I'm gonna love casting these maps. This is going to be a lot of fun. So, hyper random. Let's quickly get into it. Trees, random amounts of wood, but these all seem to be 100, so that's good. But here's one, 137. They're all flat hundreds. That's good. Deer, 86, 86, 86. Boars, 184, 184. Berries, 217. Everything has different amount of resources. Turkeys of 125 is nice. Relics, spawns, actually pretty consistent, 2 per base. Let's have a look at these gold tiles. 600 gold, not too bad. 120 stone, not a lot of stone. But then we got 190 stone. It's every... Whoa, these boys have got 1,300 gold. My God. No, I can't imagine petards are good scouts because I imagine they're a bit slow and you might accidentally blow them up. And a lot of stone here. So I imagine the players, as they go on through the tournament, will spend a bit more time looking at which gold mine they want to take, because this 5 tiles with 6.8k gold, 7 tiles with 3.9. So it's important to... Oh, if this is a military unit, hang on. We try and push our deer, does it just blow up? He's pushing. Come on. Oh, Biscuit says it in chat as I was thinking it. Come on, blow the fucking thing up. Oh shit, I already swam. Like, it took 4 minutes. I'm meant to be trying to not swear. Blow it up. Oh, so close. You need the stop hotkey, hey. You just need to, like, babysit the shit out of that. As we see JagWarrior doing a bit of Komodos. Plus health regen. Oh man. What is this, monkeys? Jesus Christ. Do you have monkeys? Yeah. Jesus. This is an interesting map. Komodos with health regen. Monkeys. Fish. There's a bit of fish. Resources on the map. There's quite a lot. This is really interesting. Okay. Haven't even spoken too much about the matchup. We've got Chinese into Lith. So Lith start with extra food, which is really nice. Lith start with... well, that's the biggest thing for them, right? They start with that extra food. So for a hyper random start, you can kind of balance things out if it's not super easy to get that balance. Chinese start with the extra fuels, and that's been super useful here, as we've seen Mighty Space Fruit with less idle TC time despite being Chinese, meaning there's just a significant advantage in terms of resources collected and economy. As we see the Jag click up to feudal age though. So that's a nice little clean build. And we see Mighty Space Fruit not too far behind. So both players going to be up around that 9-minute mark, which is it's quite nice to see. Looking at this, I'm thinking it's going to be a bit of Scout v Scout action. Some nice little walls being made by the Jag. Now, neither players really confirmed it's a water map. So I think it will play out standard. It will be interesting to see how they adapt once they determine the water nature. But this has been a fun little start so far as we see the Petard slowly eking its way forward. And hang on, Barracks Gold. Is this potentially going to be archers from the Chinese player? 33 wood food turkeys, man. These are flesh outposts if I've ever seen one. So we see JagWarrior does confirm there's a crossing and sends a Vil Forge. Oh no. What's the monkey vision? Monkeys don't have good vision. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But is she going to... Ooh, oh, they move. Oh man, this could be like kind of disastrous. Got to keep an eye on that. But I think this is a dock play. Oh god. Do they attack? If they don't attack, I'm going to be really let down. They're just like kill monkeys. Jag getting loomed now, which is a bit of a shame because they were housed at the start. A quick bit axe here for the Space Fruit, and we are looking at a bit of Archer v Scout action. And the Bill's just unfortunately taken some sure fish, but that's okay. And bit axe in for the Jag. Really clean starts here for the two players. Getting that bit axe is really good. I see. Welcome in. Hello, hello. I love a bit of joining from work action. As we see Villager going forward, as both players have now confirmed there's a bit of water action. And the Petard getting out, scouting around. Very, very good. And a couple of scouts on their way. So this will be an interesting transition now. I would like to see Mighty Space Fruit thinking of a blacksmith shortly. I do like that we've got a bit of farming eco. We still got a bit of food in berries and sheepies, species, whatever they are, under the TC. And moving out with our archers, a bit of just passing action. And a dock, I really like that. Horse collar, important for a scout player, going to be going into farms, so good to get that tech. And this is actually really good value for the Jag. Having these archers move out without... Oh, I thought the Vil was going to repair the archer for a second then. The archers moving out without spear support really does give the scouts a great opportunity. As we see Jag going for the Vil rather than the archer. Probably a smart move. And I think we're going to get in here. Yeah. So do we deny the dock? I think so. So good little start here from the Jag. Getting that dock denial and that early Vil pick, as well as a couple of early archer picks. So scout a spear defense at home now from the Space Fruit. It's probably an important takeaway to always move out with spears with your archers, just because they are so susceptible to a scout in a 1v1. But that's okay. We all do it all the time. Or you wait for like huge mass. Now, we have 6 scouts. Are we going to take the engagement? No, we've just traded a bit of HP there. The farming eco really coming together for Jag really nicely here. Yeah, Iceman, we've got a hyper random as the map. So they've got a scouting Petard, which is pretty cool. And a really, really nice Vil pick again there for Jag. He's paying a lot of attention and microing his scouts quite nicely here. As we see fletching is coming in. Some nice quick walling from the Space Fruit Biscuit Man. And spears kind of everywhere here. So I think we're paying attention. We should get our scouts out alive, but the damage has been reduced, which is really good for Biscuits. Man, how does everyone feel about just petarding the dock? Oh, imagine if like someone's full walled, you can just send your petard in. Petard scout changes everything. They also don't, the Komodos don't go for them. Interesting. But really, really good start here from the Space Fruit and the JagWarriors. They're both, you know, the Space Fruit just kept his eco running, lost a couple of vills, massed at home, able to move out properly now. Jag took that advantage, has realized there's nothing to be done, and pulls back. So both players looking really good. As we see my favorite economic building being built. And, ooh, yep, good work there from the Spacey. And still scouting with the Petard, which is really nice. But look at this Jag farming eco. Drop 12 farms, also getting the best economic building in the game. Second lumber camp on gold. There's going to be a Castle Age transition here. But I think Space Fruit's just going to be there slightly ahead of. And the dock is now up. Unfortunately, it's on an 81 fish. That's not to worry. And the Space Fruit is up. And moving out with the army. I like this activity. This can push scouts back. The scouts cannot dive. Thank you for the follow, Adam, I'm going to say. Adam Mod Fam. Tell me how to tell your name, say your name, so I don't continue to get it wrong. And the JagWarrior should be clicking up shortly. Here we go. Boom. So there's going to be a window here for our Chinese player where they can get that Bodkin crossbow timing and be in the opponent's base. And this is where I'd love to see the Petard. Where did it go? It's gone. Oh, hang on. Hang on. We watched this. The Petard got a kill. Oh, rip. Well done, Petard. Well done, Petard. And this Petard's still alive. Adam O'D. Ah, a Donkia. Excellent. No worries. Welcome in. Yes, your game will likely be the fourth set I cast because I just want to do them in chronological order because that's how my OCD works. But welcome in. You probably have to tell me how to pronounce a Donkia as well. I hope I'm getting that right. A Donkia, maybe. As we see some walls coming down here, stone walls for protection. And armor coming in, I do like that. And I've missed this. There's a bit of a skirm transition. So this has been really good for Jag. Getting horse collar. So armor's probably come in a bit late because we really want Bodkin as fast as possible. But we are adding a TC and going a monastery. Obviously relics are quite important. Crossbow coming in. Not going to be hypercritical, but I think Bodkin is the better upgrade. And the higher priority upgrade. Having said that, crossbow is very useful as well. Oh, Don Kerr. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I'm going to be casting your games. I better get them right. And this is good pressure from the Space Fruit and Bodkin coming in. So that's really nice. We've got 13 Bodkin. Oh, trade card almost. 13 Bodkin crossbows, no joke, early in Castle Age. And no armor or bloodlines on our knights. So they're just going to fall. Well, there's only 5 archers here. But the archers should clean this knight quite easily. As we see, a second stable. And the skirm's moving forward. Or pathing back in. Good. That's first Vil kill for the Chinese player here. And being really nice and active with this army. Whilst also adding that TC. And just really good job at keeping the eco running Space Fruit. Is going to get pushed back by these faster moving Lithuanian skirms. And that's a really, really good defense here from the Jag. Again, I'd love to see the... well, we've actually got the armor for the skirms. But I'd love to see the armor for the knights here. And bloodlines. So they're really, really important upgrades when coming up against archers. As you just can tank a lot more fire. And TC for our green player as well. And starting to get some nice cav numbers here. So we've got 12 cav out in the field. But we can't really engage 15 crossbows with the upgrades we've currently got. So I just want to see a bit of patience. Dropping a monastery, 2 easy relics for both players. which means that we should see the Knights get to +2 attack pretty comfortably, and the possibility for +4 attack. Man! Oh, killed it. Screw you, Komodo. Damn, I can't believe I missed Komodo action. That's like what I live for. And there's Bloodlines, really like that. Bloodline's going to make a difference. I actually really like how Biscuits has, Pretty Biscuits has put his spears around the map just to get a bit of vision. It's quite smart, and the wall off is slowly happening. And at the moment, Biscuits is the only one fishing, and that will make a bit of a difference. As we see the monks going forward, are we going from... So we've got the 2 relics at home, which is really big, and we're going to go try maybe take... We'll just push some damage, get some conversions. Armor coming in, great work here for Jag. Getting those right upgrades. Should pick another Vil here. As we see the crossbows, just staying at home for now. I think if you've got your TCs going down, you don't worry too much about the Knights. You probably clicked on them and actually seen 0 upgrades. You move forward. Yep. Great decision from Space Fruit here. Oh, come on. Keep going. He's on patrol. He's focusing on other things. That's fine. And the spear gets the kill. Very good. And the thing that's working really in Space Fruit's favor at the moment is the eco is starting to look really good. As Jag does drop their 3rd TC. Jag's got really good eco upgrades, actually. Got wood upgrade as soon as they got up. Getting onto that 3rd TC. Hopefully drop a few farms and should be able to produce pretty consistently from it. But this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Elite Scam coming in. 7 Lithuanian Scams. Probably not enough, but we'll definitely hold. Fletching coming in. I'd really love to see the 2nd Knight armor, as we see the Knights are diving the TC, and we get a conversion there. So this is good defense, and this is the issue with not having the right upgrades. You can't really dive the TC. As we do get a few Vil kills, but we've thrown a lot of army, and at the same time, we're going to be under pressure on the front. But the good thing is, walls do protect you from archers quite nicely. As Biscuits is doing good to keep army alive. And got about, I think, 6 Vil kills there for the Jag, so not horrible. But this is a great reaction. Mangonel on its way. Biscuits' macro is really impressive, actually. Only 1 minute vital TC time. University coming in. Ballistics is crucial when you've got a bit of a crossbow mass. Particularly if you want to take some fights against skirmishers, you can get a bit of micro coming in. And we just need to focus on getting these relics in. They're really important for us. And here we go. Big shot potential. Ooh. Ooh. But the mango on its own is in trouble now. Oh, good micro from both players there. Well done from Space Fruit. And yep, excellent. And has the big shot. Good reactions. Oh no, disaster. 6 kills. Now this is a bit harder. The micro's got to be really spot on. And this should be a bit of a clean. Gets the 2 monks for 1. That was pretty good. So good defense there by the Jag, as both players have lost army in each other's base now. But we do see a Chinese castle on the front. And an interesting mill placement, but it works, right? We're around it. Chukanu are pretty hard to deal with, and Mighty Space Fruit has Imp Rares in the TC right now. Could unqueue some Vils, sell some wood, go up and go into a bit... Well, I think you just stay on Archers and go Arbalester personally, but could go into Chukanu, adding some Siege, looking in a really, really strong position. At the same time, JagWarrior is kind of getting there, just needs a little bit more on food, just needs to drop those farms. That the difference in 40 to 11 farms is probably going to come into play a little bit, and it could be a little bit of a camel transition we see here for the Chinese player. Getting scale barding armor, dropping some stables, and just happy to hold at home. But I would really love to see them considering that imp click probably as soon as possible. As you see, 2 more TCs for our Lithuanian player. Which I don't necessarily mind, but we really don't have the farms to support it. Having said that, here they come. Tendency to queue too many views. I noticed that. But look, honestly, like, I'm treating you as if you're pros in my commentary. If you ever watch my games, you'll have a big laugh at how I understand but cannot execute. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Your macro's in a really good spot. So you kind of, yeah, you don't need to be too concerned with it. And you are tech switching, which is very res involved. So you've spent the res, right? Like, that's the main thing I like, is if you're just floating res, it's quite unimportant, but the res has been spent and spent well. So that's the most important thing. I'm a big Archer player, so I'm all about timings and transitions. So a lot of my commentary probably comes from there. Whereas, say Blue Player 10, one of my favorite players to watch, he's very good at committing to an age, to a plan. I've seen him fight back imp players in Castle Age consistently. I think if when you had your army in here, you clicked imp as you were putting the damage down, that could have been huge. But no, everything's fine at the moment. Now, this is an incorrect camel call by me as well. We are going light cap, which I think is an anti-skirm play. So we're going for that 1 trash unit, 1 gold unit on both sides, which is quite interesting. And man, the Komodo dragons yet to get a kill. Or maybe the monkeys get a kill. And Imp is in. Excellent from Space Brute. And really, Jag's done an awesome job to get their pop up, getting a nice little boom in, dropping all their houses. They're going to have to fight an imp timing, but the macro is pretty close to being there. As we see the light cav getting a little raid, which is really quite nice. And quick walls, excellent. Very nice. The Knights are going to deal with this quite comfortably. Jag needs to get not too distracted and make sure they do click up when the time is right. As we see a couple of mangoes, a bit more stone. So Mighty Space Freak can start to push and take an advantage in this location. So Jag is going to be on the back foot, but this raid doing a great job, actually amazing job, cleaning up skirms and distracting from imp. But here you go, the click is in. So it's only about 2 minutes we've got to get through. As we see, more light cap. Few monkeys, few mangoes. Jag has done a good job of producing army until about now. Just needs to add a few more units on that transition up. So there's good pressure from Biscuits here just to keep him spread all over his base and having to react, whilst we've added really, really solid army numbers. And I think that forward castle is going to come into play. See some Vills pathing out this way, but forward castle, Trebs, Bracer, excellent. Bracer chemistry, perfect. That's the right moves. And you probably could afford Arbalester as well, to be honest. And actually, you could just fucking pump. There we go. I swore again. Yeah, pump archers. Like, get to 60 Arbalester and just watch them destroy. The macro here is insane for Space Fruit. And getting a lot of build kills. with the Lycav, which have done a really good job of being a distraction unit. And if we can actually get these 3 mangoes, kind of doesn't matter because we've now got Bracer, so that ranges everything. But clean the mangoes, clean the monks, taking a strong army advantage. Gonna have close to fully upgraded Arbalester minus the armor, which isn't the biggest thing because you want to use them for their high DPS. And Pikeman transition. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I guess there is quite a few light cav on the field. And we're going to go more siege as well, which I do like. This is a scary ball of Arbalester right now. Very hard to deal with. I'm kind of sad the monkeys don't attack. I'm also kind of happy they don't attack, I suppose. See Trebs on their way. And Space Brute feeling like they're in a pretty strong position here. And I think Space Brute has done a good job of getting their eco balance far out. 75 farms. Look at this. Woo. Just getting the eco for what they wanted to do has probably been their strength here. Their macro has really, really shone through. As you see, the camel switch happening now. I'd keep putting the foot down with the Arbalesters. But Cavaliers in. We're getting some raids. This is a good reaction from Jag. Kind of, let's just bypass this and let's push in and see what we can do. And gonna get quite some damage here. Taking the fight before Heavy Camel is actually really big. Cavalier do win against Camel, but Heavy Camel, once it clicks in, they're going to start really being a menace for him to deal with. And we didn't end up getting the relics, which does hurt a little bit. Let's just see the Trebs coming in and pushing this kind of last hope of a defensive castle down, and Heavy Camel clicks through. Ooh, are we going to see some pretty good monk micro here? No, we pull back. As the defensive hope of the castle falls, and the singular Treb should just get knocked back pretty comfortably, and the GG is called. It's a fun first game. It's a very different map and I guess a map that forces you into adaptability. Chinese pick was incredibly intelligent. Just getting that 3 extra views on a map that already gives you 3 extra views, and having a plethora of food kind of instantly under the TC, like that's pretty exciting, to be honest. If you're the Chinese player and this is how you start, you're like, yeah, life's good, right? You're already ready to get loom, which was a bit of an issue here, and like we're gunning these houses down. And water was a bit of a non-event. Yeah, you're right. Because both of your setups, water was a bit of a non-event. I think Jag could have really taken advantage of some safe water out here. But, I mean, even like the Petard, just having a Petard scout means that you can't scout the map as quickly. So, I think a lot of advantages in the Civ pick there. But then you've got to leverage those. And take advantage of what you leverage. Kados, welcome in. So this was the hyper random start that did it. So 6 fields from hyper random rather than anything in particular. So fun game 1. Mighty Space Fruit gets the win on their home map, and we're going to go to game 2, which is JagWarrior's home map, and we'll be playing. It looks like it's just rendering us in. We've got Mighty Space Fruit as the Aztecs versus JagWarrior as the Saracens. Now, standard map now, 3 vills. Fun a fun map to play on. Fractal's got a lot to play out, but a lot of importance in scouting that boar, which JagWarrior has not done yet, but their boar is on the backside and JagWarrior is going forward. Now, an eagle's really good here, and the boar's in for space for it immediately, which is great. So that's the first lame aspect taken away. And yeah, an Eagles a really good start because they will win that Dark Age 1v1. And you can trade HP quite nicely with the Scout. Saracens, I think this is probably, for me, their window is getting a bit of Feudal Age Archer pressure. Hard to wall up, nice little ball lure for the JagWarrior. And getting on the opponent's face with a bit of aggression, maybe some towers. And just, you know, relying maybe on that Saracen market, maybe getting a bit of fish up and running. Aztecs, I love, but I think their window is definitely Castle Age Monks. As we see, Biscuits, I mean, that's an interesting spot because it's like, it is only 3 or 4 tiles. You don't have to walk to this kind of hidden cove spot. So I don't mind it, but we do see Jag taking in the cove spot. That's pretty standard. But being that it's not too many tiles, I don't really mind that. We do just have to drop that lumber camp. It is interesting though, you can just come and drop like a 1-tile palisade to like, oh, yep, we need to get back in there to stop the Bills from accessing the lumber camp, whereas this is a bit more of a traditional lumber camp placement, as we see deer being pushed from both players. So a bit of a more casual start to what we've seen on Fractal, and this is definitely hybrid. 5 vills on wood. Let's get a dock out. 6 vills on wood. I guess we're Saracens. And this may be a more traditional 2 on wood. Focus might be somewhere other than water from what I'm seeing here from Biscuits. Biscuit fruit. Seven on wood. I am worried about how Jag gets up. And we're not actively cutting our way through the wood line. So the vills are chopping around the lumber camp rather than chopping through to the water. I'm a little bit concerned, but we've got to see how it plays out as the vill pushes the deer away. That's quite funny. So I think Space Fruit's in a better position to click up, and the Space Fruit knows you've got your complementary one out the back. Yeah. Have a sip of water while Dark Age plays out. And I think maybe there's a bit more shift clicking onto these trees now from Jag, which is good because you do want to, the way they're playing, they really want to take advantage on water and get a fish boom. I think maybe if this is a bit of a fast castle fish boom, they could get something happening. But I am a little bit concerned that their timing's going to be slightly off, and we're just floating a little bit of wood here, rather than getting the food we need to click up. As Space Fruit does go up and is going to start to take map control by being forward. So I'm now beginning to think the Space Fruit might be the one getting on the front foot with aggression. But hold the phone, people. Have I gotten this wrong? Have I missed? Ooh, are we going to be able to drop off? Are we going to be able to do this on 20 pop? Just short. And there has been a little bit of idle TC time, which I would think maybe comes from just having a bit too much economy on wood. As we see, a bit of HP trading, which is really good for the Aztec player in this situation. And Jag just needs to get that force drop so they can get up and running. No, I think Jag's got a plan here, but I'm not quite sure we'll see it come into full fruition, but I'm prepared to be wrong. It happens often and regularly, and Space Fruit's had a pretty solid Dark Age. There's a plan here. Water is not a priority, and we're going to be going land pressure, which, as the Aztecs, that's what you're good at, right? That's what you want to do. And we've still just got 3 wood to go. But if we can hold here, we can get the fishing eco up and running. And there's a bit of fish. And archery range, I like that. A couple of militia. Men-at-arms coming in. Excellent. Gotta love some infantry. Kados is in chat, so I'm sure he'll be very appreciative of the infantry presence. And this is pretty good timing from Space Fruit with the militia. You don't want to engage too much in the Vil fight before Men-at-Arm hits, but the timing's good. If we're going to get 2 Vils here, that's pretty handy. Probably... Oh, do we get the scout as well? Almost. And, oh no, was that Vil standing in the archery range? It's a good little bit of damage from Space Fruit. I actually think well defended by Jag. Took the L, but like that could have been a lot worse and a lot more like idle eco time and you know, impact on what Jag's doing. So I think that was a really good defense, really well pushed back. And 2 rangers, yeah. Jag is not... I don't think Jag wants to go to Castle Age anytime soon. So it's going to be 2 range versus 1 range. And Jag does have their scout alive, but it's not using... I mean, it's 1 HP, so you do have to be careful, but you want to try and start getting some information about what's going on. So they don't even know that the range is there yet. As Biscuits is getting that farm transition up. And I think these are manually placed. Well, this is definitely a manually placed farm, but I think that's a manually placed farm too. Biscuit's not an auto farmer. This is more what I like, a bit of auto farm. Boom, boom, boom. And the second range was deleted, okay. So 1 range. So we could get a dock and fire ship up. Now Biscuits could dock if they want to, but doesn't look like it. And nice little dock block and getting onto the fishing eco. So there's a transition time here now. Archer battle. Upgrades are important, numbers are important. And Biscuits has got good numbers, and neither player's got a blacksmith. So Biscuits has just been on the front foot and putting the pressure down, which has been good, but don't run under the TC. Very good. I believe Biscuits dropped that lumber camp intentionally, Kados, but he may be able to tell us in chat. I think that was an intentional plan to just give up on water, but this is actually pretty good. Gets pushed off and comes to here. I don't know if Biscuits will be playing Fractal again in the tournament, but I think if you're not going to go water, I think you always want your lumber camp here anyway, because you want to cut through to the outside for your boom. But it's not their home map, so they get forgiven. And the blacksmith coming down. Actually, I really want to see Jag just commit into like 2 range archers here. But Biscuit's doing really well with army control, having 2 separate groups, and trying to hit different parts of the eco. So that was really, really well done. And dragging the Jag army out of position. And look at this. The HP difference on these units isn't that much that I think you could force the fight with the 3 archers, and we're getting to idle the wood line a little bit. So really good pressure and army control from Space Fruit here, but Jag holding quite nicely as well. Recovered from the early pressure and it's got the eco running. Healing archers in the town center. Highly underrated move. Really, really impressive that you've got the composure to think of that. But Jag also doubling down on the archery ranges and getting fletching. Fletching is also in for Jag. I did miss that. So I think it's going to be that second range commitment for Jag. Maybe push fast armor. I would love to just see the Saracen economy building dropped, but losing 2 archers there hurts a little bit. But we've got a skirm in play now, actually, so this could be a bit of micro. Jag's microed that really well. With the 2 skirms, doesn't need to micro, but we've got another army coming here. And Biscuits has done really well at having multiple armies and spreading them throughout the map. So, and just dragging Jag out to one side of the map whilst coming through on another. And has the potential to stop this wall from going down and putting some pressure on the berries. Yeah, very good. Was microing over here and is now microing over here. Ooh. Stop the wall. Yeah. And the market coming down for our Aztec player before it comes down from our Saracen player, which is a little bit sad, but don't dive the TC. Very good. And actually really nice tower. That's going to protect the eco quite beautifully there. But this is an important spot here for... Oh no, is it open? No. No? Good reaction from Jag. Can drop a lumber camp. I like it. I've got to... And, oh, a bit of market abuse. And Biscuits is up. Bit of market abuse and Jag could be up too, but Jag could almost get there naturally. But Biscuit's playing really well. Good army. Good activity with the army, so moving them around. Jag has actually held quite nicely though, and hopefully can just drop some food off and go up. Ooh, and we might see a little bit of an eagle transition with that second barracks being dropped. And this could be a nice little battle here. Hey Jordan, how are ya? Good to see ya. Good micro from both players, keeping army alive. Jag with the HP advantage there. Biscuits doesn't want to take this fight. Biscuits wants to wait for their upgrades. Hopefully Bodkin crossbow timing. I know, right, DDI? I saw Aztecs and I got super excited for the full monk play, but not to be. Have you been well, Jordan? Have you been enjoying a bit of Age of Mythology, I hope? Knowing that it's one of your favourite games? Monks are in a pavilion. Eh? Oh man, the inside jokes we have are great. Siege Workshop, I actually quite like that. We're in Castle Age first. Let's put some pressure down. Jag has got their way up though, so they're not that far behind. They're just going to have to do a little bit of holding. And Bodkin and crossbow in. So Space Fruit's developing as a bit of a archer play here. Quite like it. So we see that second range now for Jag. And monkeys, here we go. And of course, the obligatory TC. Scorpion, interesting. I would like to see Mango to push the tower. Oh, nice. I hope the house move went well. That's always a stressful time, Jordan. But exciting that you got your own computer. I've seen that you have done a little bit of your streaming yourself, which I just haven't been able to jump on and join, but I will soon. So yeah, very exciting. I've been doing a lot of casting, which I've been really enjoying. And we've got a little tournament, community tournament game here as well between the Mighty Space Fruit and the JagWarrior. Now, Jag's held really well, but we're going full men-at-arms here. Are we going to go full longswords? Jag is cooking something. I mean, their name is JagWarrior. Do they want to bait the Aztec player into playing JagWarriors? Is that the play? Like, I kind of, yeah. And they just want to see Jags, I reckon. As we see 3 Scorpions dive the tower. I don't know how much I like this, but they could get some huge hits on the archers. We need to garrison this though, otherwise it will go down. Ooh. Ooh, crossbow timing. But look at those numbers, just. Man, we need to garrison this tower. Okay, I was wrong. Diving the tower is maybe not the worst decision, but a mangonel is coming out now. And the longsword transition is halting. Getting relics, healing up units. Really well done from the space for it here. And again, they're just adding eco so nicely. Diving in on the eco. Jag defending quite nicely though. Jag has got healthy army numbers. As we see a monastery, come on. Monk on monk action, just feed me it. Just feed me it. Hit me with some atonement, please. Nothing would get me more hyped than the first player that clicks atonement in a game I've casted. It's been a really fun game so far, Kratos. You can see there's been like quite a nice fish boom here. Jag's been doing a really good job. I've probably been focusing a bit too much on the front, but they've really done well to get the eco up and rolling. And space for it, the boomer. Space for it, the TC lover. Dropping the TCs, getting that eco up, and going into Eagle Warrior. And you look at Jag's eco, and like Imp isn't out of the question. Like a little fast Imp play. Really good with the production on the crossbow as well. As we see, University. So Monk crossbow. Here we go. I think we need to force a timing advantage and just really stay. Oh, there's a castle. There is a castle. JagWarrior could go castle drop into Imp. If we can build up our numbers enough, and I actually like this. We're dropping the outpost down, but there is a siege workshop that is garrisoned. Ooh. This Saracen bonus though, just melting buildings. Now, Space Fruit's been really patient here. Are they going to eject? Jag sees the full, and it's going to be a safe castle. Okay, fair enough. Still okay. I still think... Oh, here we go. Oh, big shots. Alright, and... Oh, no, it's going to be... Oh, no, it's going to be a castle war. But the mango goes down. Garrison the tower, please. Oh, Jag... Just didn't go with enough views. Space Fruits had the army. I think the castle gets denied. That tower being garrison could have been huge. Oh man, this game could have got... Space Fruit turned that from a throw into... Hang on. Hang on. No, this... Oh. What castle goes up first? I think Space Fruit's got it. Yeah. Both castles will go up. But hold on. Maybe this isn't as big a throw as I thought it was. I do think a garrison tower there could have been huge for JagWarrior. But it's not the worst situation. Space Fruit's got another tower. He's just going to mine his gold. He's got another castle, I should say, sorry. Whoop. I would have kept everything garrison and just gone for the castle wall victory. I think we sell, we go up, right? Jag goes up, gets the Trev out, can actually put some pressure on. And Space Fruit, dropping another TC. Not punching the castle down with Vils. Yeah, actually. Fair. I'd really want to see the, Oh, petards! Imp is not an equation that we're playing with right now. And we're... No, we're hitting the Siege Workshop. Alright, how patient are we with these petards? And who's got the Imp transition? Because I think that's actually critical here. So if we've been garrisoning and attacking the castle, I think Obviously, Jag's worried about more siege. And Space Pirate is doing the right thing, just dropping another siege workshop. Oh, he's going for another castle! Jag's got... Space Pirate's got a bit of stone, though. So Space Pirate could just drop a defensive castle, but... We are going to see the villas. And when do the petards get released? Do we drop the castle, wait for a reaction, and then just send the petards in? Here we go. And we are mining more gas zone. And we could maybe buy a third castle. Oh! Ballistics dodging. Here we go. The Vill's going to be punching it down. Here we go. This is the important Vill. And using the crossbows to drag the fire. And the castle goes down. That's a big moment for the Jag here. Jag has got the castle going down, has got another forward castle, and should have vision of this. Dive this castle now. You have to dive this castle now. You can deny that. Army is moving in the wrong position, unfortunately, for the JagWarrior. That would have been the turning point. Yep, the one punch made a difference, I think. And there's, we were distracted by a Ram Eagle push. And the Ram Eagle push is doing its job. Petard on Ram action, here we go. Boom. And quick wall. And quick wall. Excellent work, Jag. And I think we need to... We're just going to... And Space Fruit gets that timing. And Mameluke's actually not bad for the Eagles. Mameluke should do okay here. And Petard coming in. The Mamelukes have to be microed, and this is actually really good again from Space Fruit. His army control's been really... Or their army control's been really good. Just splitting the Eagles up across the map, hitting in multiple spots. And the imp timing is going to hit pretty hard. Having said that, Jag can just Saracen their way up. And really needs to see that. And Green has just added the one dock, which they did add a little while ago. Another dock here would have been nice. Fish working at 63% efficiency. Siege Workshop. But Space Fruit kind of has no army. On his way to Imp, no army. Trebs will be big here, and I think if we can maybe just start building up... Well, it looks like we're going monks. We've seen the Mamelukes. The players are reacting to each other really well, and Jag has got up to Imp. Now, this is an interesting dynamic now. Jag has to survive. This castle has to survive 2 minutes. We need vills in position. And then it's a 2 Treb versus 1 Treb situation. This game is far from over. Oh, no. That's a dead castle foundation. Okay, Jag reacts really well here. Gets out of the TC range. Shoots the vills down. This is fantastic. And... Is it deleted or is it just being deleted? Well done by Mighty Space Fruit. Not losing that was pretty critical. But good pressure by JagWarrior here. And Aztecs, I think it's going to be Rams. I think it's going to be Ram Eagle Monk. They're going to have to rely on the Trebs, and JagWarrior is coming, and this third castle I actually really like. Instant Treb from Space Fruit, really good. Needs to take this castle down if possible. Jag needs to get ready to defend the castle. The big disparity here is going to be the eco. Jag's got to win an overrun. And at the moment, with army numbers, they are doing that. They've got good upgrades on the crossbows. They're taking an advantage. And the castle numbers are really strong. And having crossbow out when monks has been the transition is actually really nice. But we've now got 25 seconds. I think this castle is just going to go down. I don't see any attempts to save it. I don't think either player's researched masonry. No. Masonry would have been huge. Oh no, we've got a trap queued in this castle. Not in this castle. That does hurt a little bit. But killing the economy, getting bracer. So mangonels are not an issue now. I think you keep pumping crossbow. Killing this market's actually really big. But we need to keep our castles alive. The castles are critical here. Greater crossbow against eagles is going to be fine. No, missing any raids. I'm not being blind to anything. Mango. Oh. Oh, good micro. But we're going to lose this castle as well. Which is a shame for the space fruit. Oh, sorry, for the jag. And space fruit holding quite nicely. We need to get that treb production up now. It's one castle v one castle. And this number of crossbows is actually fine against the eagles. We just need a few more crossbows in play. And the trebs are moving out into a dangerous position. Garland Wars, Elite Eagle Warrior. This is going to be hard for for Jag to hold. Space Fruit throwing the trebs, but if the archers get sucked in, it's okay. Now, Jag needs to get this treb and get it onto the castle. The Garland War Eagles are no joke. And we need to take this, just take this push, take away their siege. Force the Aztecs into using the siege workshop. The space fruit's just booming behind this, hey? Just eco for days. Oh, Treb's not in a good spot. Castle is going to get a couple of kills, but oh, is that a bait? If we lose the Treb, is it worth it? The Mameluke could do work here. Get him in behind, and the monks coming into position. Now this is going to be a bit of a micro battle. We need the monks to take the Mamelukes and the archers to take the monks. Who's got better micro? Ooh. I think the eagle numbers are going to do it here as Arbalesta is in, and oh, we lose 3 Mamelukes. That's some impressive micro there. And we've lost all but 10 of the Arbalesta as we see our Treb's being attacked by eagles. Jag doing a good job of getting Treb numbers up though. But I think this Aztec army is just going to be slightly too hard for our Saracen player to deal with. The fish starting to run out. The economy starting to become slightly less efficient, but Saracens can hold forever with their market advantage. As one trip goes down, and the Eagles come in force, and the Eagles should mop this up as we might see this castle even go down. But the repairs on the Treb critical, and the castle and the Treb fall together. But without a castle there to protect them, these Trebs are in danger. Although, Biscuits is cooking something. So all quiet on in the middle. As we drop a TC. Oh, don't shoot your own. Thank you. And we're just going to raid, I think. And the barrack. The longsword transition is finally happening. We've been building for this for a little while, and I think that's really smart, actually, into the Eagles. And that's possibly what we were thinking earlier on. So Jag did think it through. And Jag, again, some really nice quick walls, but we are open here. And this Eagle mass is going to be really hard to deal with now. They'll melt this TC. Just melt it. You got Garland. And splitting army up again really nicely. And getting eco kills and you know, destroying this already fragile Saracen eco. Kados looking for the irony, as the Arbalests actually do quite a good job here. Arbalests and TC5 deal with those Eagles, but this already overly reliant on gold eco has become even more overly reliant on gold. As the barracks switch, the barracks is coming in still. I don't think the Jag switch is there, but the Trebs are being added in. And Jag just feels like they're holding on. They've still got good army mass. They've still got their Trebs. But they're down to 39 eco units in a dream, and that's one Treb. Oh, don't lose the second. 2 Trebs. Chemistry in Eagles, and here we go. Forward castle. And the Eagle spam. And Space Fruit, it feels, is running away with this game. 166 villages. Popcat. Needs to genocide. Refresh lumber camps consistently. And the Trebs are in. The Eagles are in. I think we do need to see Jags, actually. The Longswords are going to do their job. As we see the last siege for the Saracen player go down. And I think the Garland Wars is just going to mean too much when fighting against the Longswords here. As the last bit of micro on our 5 crossbows occurs. And Biscuits is going to take a very good win here. And the GG called from Jag, and an entertaining set from both players. As we see a 2-0 for Mighty Space Fruit. Seed number 2, looking strong. Looking like they'll be highly competitive in this Division H. So, well played, Mighty Space Fruit. Well played, JagWarrior. Thanks for the games. So, I don't know if there's I'll quickly look at some stats. I'll probably rush through stats too often. Just see that KDs. This is where the game was won for Space Fruit. Just had that amazing economy. Just got that really big boom going. Jag did well to hold on as long as they did, really. As we see Space Fruit, the APM machine.